I am Father Augustine Abiagum, CM, a Vincentian priest of the province of Nigeria. I make a presentation on the biography of Saint Vincent de Paul, whose feast day is on the 27th of September. He was born in the year 1581 on the 24th of April. He was ordained in 1600 at Château-le-Veuc in France. He schooled in Dax, in one of the institutions belonging to the Franciscans. He graduated in Toulouse in 1604. Between 1605 and 1607, he had a terrible experience which turned out to be a positive experience with relation to his vocation. He was captured by pirates and taken into slavery. He was in slavery for 2 years. During this time, his vision of life changed, and he became devoted to Christ in the spirit of service to the poor. In 1610, he was chaplain in the court of Queen Margaret de Valois. In 1612, he was appointed the parish priest of Clichy through the instrumentality of Cardinal Pierre de Beruc. In 1613, he was tutor to the family of the de Gondes. In 1617, something wonderful happened. He heard the confession of a dying man at Folleville, and the dramatic experience of transformation that was brought to the man led to the preaching of retreat in Folleville in 1617, which is very, very important and significant in the life of the congregation of the mission with relation to popular mission. In 1619, he was appointed the chaplain to the galley slaves. In 1618 and that 1619, he had encounter with Saint Francis de Sales, and 2 important treatises of Saint Francis de Sales were instrumental to his life with relation to divine providence: his book on the devout life and his treatise on the love of God. Saint Vincent de Paul founded the Congregation of the Mission in 1625. This was on the feast of the conversion of St. Paul, which we celebrate on the 25th of January every year. In 1633, in collaboration with St. Louis de Marillac, he founded the Daughters of Charity. Prior to this, he had founded the Confraternity of Charity, women who assisted him in serving the poor. St. Vincent de Paul. He died on the 27th of September, 1660. He was beatified on the 13th of August, 1729 by Pope Benedict XIII. And on the 16th of June in 1737, he was canonized by Pope Clement XII. The Vincentian family is a large family, made up of the congregation of the mission, known as the Vincentian Fathers in some parts of the world, or the Lazarettes, priests, as it is known in France. The Daughters of Charity of St. Vincent de Paul, the Ladies of Charity, the Miraculous Mother Association, the Vincentian Marian Youth, and an association of charity dedicated to St. Vincent de Paul, founded in 1833 by Blessed Frederick Ozanam. Some of the notable sayings of St. Vincent de Paul include: "The poor are our lords and masters. Give me a man of prayer, he will be able to do all things. If the poor are in the moon, we will go to meet them there." He was a man whose heart was filled with love for the poor. Young men who are interested in becoming priests in the congregation of the mission to serving the poor could apply to the congregation of the mission in their respective countries, or young ladies who feel devoted or called to serving the poor in their religious life in an apostolic society. They could join to the Daughters of Charity of St. Vincent de Paul in their respective countries or regions. If you don't feel called to the priestly life or the religious life in light of the apostolic society, as a brother or as a sister, you could also belong to any member of the Vincentian family, maybe the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, the Ladies of Charity, the Vincentian Marian Youth, or the Miraculous Murder Association. Service to the poor is very fundamental in our lives as Christians, and St. Vincent de Paul is an example in the imitation of Christ. So as we celebrate the feast of St. Vincent de Paul, I pray that the Spirit of Christ, the spirit of love for one another, especially the poor, will continue to grow in our hearts. God bless you.